Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time once again to bring back Race Driver Grid, the career mode walkthrough. I do apologise for how long it has been since the last episode of this. Obviously with F1 hype building recently, I've been wanting to focus my attention on that, but you guys have been missing that, missing this series, sorry. So I've, well, not brought it back, it was always going to come back, but brought it back slightly earlier than I was planning. And it will be a lot more regular from now on as well, seeing as you guys are missing it so much. Nevertheless, though, it is now time to start a new season. I think it's season number 5 that we are starting today, which means we've got to get some new sponsors on the car and get a new livery before we move into the races. Last time we did a prestige event with a new teammate, and we also then did a Le Mans 24 hours event straight afterwards, which we won. First of all, the first thing to do is sort out the sponsors, and then also sort out the livery as well. So at the moment you can see the livery here on this rather bashed up Spiker at the moment as things stand. We're going to change it. We're not going to have the red and blue feeler type feel, anymore. We're going to change the colours up. I think green and blue to represent the two channels that I run has been suggested the most, so we're probably going to change it to something like that. Right, okay then. We have changed the livery quite drastically. Instead of going for our whole sort of blue, green and white type thing, we've in the end gone for just green and white, because we had blue and white at the start. We've got a main sponsor now of Magneti Morelli. You can also see Corbeau, Sparco, Kappa, EasyCar.com, Speed and Holly on the car as well. I think the livery looks really nice, and with the actual sponsors in pure white, I think it looks really, really good. And EasyCar.com as well on the wing, looking pretty damn nice as well. Now, in terms of money that we're earning from them, it is so much more than before. Magneti Morelli, who are our major sponsor, therefore they pay double. After that, we've got Speed, who pay out 15k, finishing no lower than first, and you can see the rest of them here. Sparco as well, 14k, Corbeau 12.5. Spidey 9k, they were on the car anyway. Easy Car 7.5, but they only want us to finish no lower than 4th. Holly give us 8.5k if we finish the race. And then Kappa 7.5k if we finish no lower than 5th. Now though, it is time to move on to the event. What I am thinking of doing is doing this prestige event at the top here, the Omex Supercar Series in Europe. We're going to do, in America, we're going to do one of the GT1 categories. We've got 2. For now though, I think we're going to start off with the European Championship to get ourselves off to a good start. In terms of our championship. Hopefully our teammate will do a very good job as well. If we win this championship, we get 130k. Now, we've obviously already got the car to take part in this, so we don't have to spend any money on a car. First round then in Istanbul. The man we're meant to be watching out for is Luminition's Fabien Damont, apparently. So we'll look out for him, we'll watch out for him in the race. Where are we starting? That's how the livery looks on this Pagani Zonda. A little bit cluttered actually. In terms of the sponsors actually on this car, which is a bit of a shame, although I think any amount of sponsors would look cluttered on this car, unfortunately, desafortunadamente. Anyway, we are starting, I don't know where we were starting actually, I think, well, we're 10th anyway, we're 10th now. Matthew Craven, of course, is our teammate for this 3-lap race and the rest of the event as well, so hopefully he does a very good job here. I know Prestige isn't exactly his speciality as we go up the inside of him. But we can't just do GT1 constantly just because it's his speciality, so hopefully he's alright at this as well. We did do a prestige event actually in America, so hopefully he does a good job with that. We're going around the outside of a Pagani and a Koenigsegg there, or a Zonda even and a Koenigsegg. Now going up the inside of another Koenigsegg, that was James Pegg. And now it's a fellow Englishman as well in front of us, Alex Fletcher. I think this is a guy actually that we considered getting as a teammate, this Alex Fletcher guy. I seem to remember looking at his stats and shit, so he clearly was someone that we had in the frame at one stage. We've got a, oh my word, holy mother of baloney. Benito Gamma has just absolutely slammed into the Belgian kid who was winning the race. Sure, that's got to be a pen. That's got to be a penalty of some kind. Oh, it's not Benito Gamma, it's Bento Gamma. Well, that's an even better name. Flipping Nora, that was and flipping, they're all at it. Jesus Christ. Why are they all so aggressive? Enzo Benaventi hitting Bento Gamma. I suppose he's got a taste of his own medicine, in fairness, but the poor Belgian guy spinning off from the lead, all because of the Portuguese Gamma Ray. That was a madness. Anyway, we're second. I can't particularly spot my teammate, in all honesty. I think he's around about 7th or 8th at the moment, as we got the inside there of Enzo Benaventi to take the lead. We've messed up our line a little bit there, though, so that's not ideal, but we still lead. I have to say I'm starting to like this green a lot less than I was when I was previewing it. I love racing green, you know, the type that you get on an Aston Martin, but I don't know whether it's just this car, but it just does look really dark and a bit dull, but I don't know. We, though, are coming towards the end of this race, the end of the final lap, and we have dominated it since midway through lap 2. Enzo Benaventi is still going to come second in a Pagani Zonda, and then it's going to be Alex Fletcher and James Pegg. By the looks of things, we are, though, going to come across the line to win the first race of today's episode and the first event of today's episode. Matthew Craven taking 8th, not bad, it's sort of where he started. Round number 2 then at the Nürburgring, there's Bento Gamma, the guy who absolutely annihilated the Belgian kid at the end of the first lap in Istanbul. We are starting 10th, regrettably our teammate Matthew Craven is starting only 11th, so once again he hasn't been dealt very kindly when it comes to qualifying positions, which is quite the shame. Hopefully though, he can progress his way through the order. That would be pretty nice if we go into turn 1 and bump the back end there of a Koenigsegg, but all is fine and good. We've gone around the outside of 2 Koenigsegg's there, just about through turn 2, and we make it up into 8th place. And Craven is up into 10th. Oh no, we're down to 9th. Okay, right, fair enough. We've got a Koenigsegg spinning for a long time, and it's clipped us as well. Jesus Christ above. It's the longest spin I've ever seen. Well, we've recovered and we're in 9th. Craven's making movements as well around the outside of a Pagani Zonda, so he's up into 7th now, and we're following him through. Alex Fletcher is leading. We, though, are going to go past Craven here through this flat-out right-hander. Thankfully, it doesn't lose Craven any time either. Craven, though, doing an all-right job. Glad he's up there. We've got a spin, though. Koenigsegg into the gravel. That's Bento Gamma. That's another free position for ourselves, and crucially, another free position as well for Craven. On to lap 2. We're up into 6th place. Alex Fletcher is still leading, but we've got a spinner, and we almost hit them. Go around the outside, and we've actually somehow gained 4 positions out of that. Not entirely sure how. But whatever, I'll take it. It's fine. I won't complain. We're a long way ahead of everyone else behind because of that spin on the last lap, but hopefully can at least keep up with Fletcher here. I wouldn't mind, I wouldn't mind taking second, obviously, but I want to try and win the race. It looks as if we're in a decent position to do so. Hopefully we can try and pressure him into a mistake or something. Down into turn 1, we go very late on the brakes. Thinking about going around the outside. That'll become the inside for turn 2. And it's a nice clean move. Boom shakalaka. Through we go. Past Alex Fletcher. And up into the lead of the race. Coming though towards the end of this race, we've got a 2 1/4 second lead over Alex Fletcher in the Koenigsegg. Just going to be nice and composed through the chicane. But for now, yet again, it is another win for ourselves. We take the win and a second win in the championship and basically confirm our place really at the top of the standings by the end of it, unless we literally completely bin it in the last race of the season. There you can see confirmation of the results. Once again, unfortunately, Matthew Craven only getting 8th place, which is a bit frustrating. As you can see, we are now 6 points clear of Alex Fletcher in the driver's standings on 40. Then it's Fletcher himself in second, Benaventi's third, then Pegg, Paglia, Cesaro, Quirin, Damon, Gamma and Craven. Sponsorship-wise, we are going to get paid in excess of 100k again for our own performance. And then for Matthew Craven, exactly the same as what happened in the first race of this championship. He gets 8.5k after finishing 8th once again. Third and final race of this event, and it is Donington Park backwards by the looks of things. Alex Fletcher is the man we should be watching out for because he is second in the championship after his second place last time out. Matthew Craven starting 5th on the grid. Hopefully that indicates it'll do slightly better in this race. We've also ourselves got a better starting position up in 8th place, just behind Alex Fletcher, who is himself second in the championship. Through the first corner, or the first few corners, which is usually the last few corners actually, on the track we are making some movements, going past the Luminition driver, and on the outside here of Alex Fletcher down into McLean's backwards, which I'm not overly confident about, but whatever. Down towards Coppice now as well. Gotta love Donington Park. It's a shame it's not in use as much anymore in terms of big races, and unfortunately Matthew Craven has gone off and we've almost followed him, and that basically ends the chances of our team winning the team standings. But we can still try and win the Drivers' Championship, obviously. We're trailing Alex Fletcher, but not by enough to lose the championship lead to him. Down into McLean's, that's a big incident there, and almost a roll for one of the Yellowbrook Koenigsegg's, and that might put us back into play. You never know when it comes to the team standings. Not entirely sure as we go slightly wide through McLean's. We also managed to pass the other Yellowbrook Koenigsegg of Alex Fletcher just then as well. Oh, big spin there as well for another Zonda. This time it's Benaventi with the big mistake. And he goes off at the final corner, but which is red. I can't remember what it's called actually. As we go off actually as well through the chicane. Oh, nightmare. Nightmare here on the penultimate lap of the race. Just got way too much speed there. into the chicane, and we've now made the mistake, and we've handed the championship on a plate. I mean, if that was the final lap, we'd be absolutely stuffed. Thankfully, it's not. It's only the penultimate lap. So we have got time to gain the positions that we need to gain. We've caught the gaggle in front of us, 2 Koenigsegg's, 2 Pagani Zondas, and then 2 more, and then 1 more Koenigsegg. Into Redgate we go. We got the inside of Bento Gamma. Oh, it's because he spun out actually at Redgate. So going up the inside of a Koenigsegg, that's 7th place. Now it's Andrea Chazaro even. So up into 6th place now. Crucially, Alex Fletcher is not leading this race. He's in 3rd as we got the inside of a Pagani Zonda, which pushes us out wide. We've lost some time again down into 6th place. We're not making this easy for ourselves. Hopefully Alex Fletcher can't gain any more positions. And down into Redgate we go. We're not going to pass him there as we actually lose it on entry into the corner. Hopefully we've still done enough there to win the championship. Pretty dismal race though. And certainly not much of a sponsorship payout. In the end, we come 6th. Fletcher was 3rd. How many points does he gain on us? 6. So it should give us the benefit of the doubt. I think we were 6 points ahead of him going into this race. That spin then at the chicane in that final race, almost costing us the championship, but we do win it just about. Again, the game gives us the benefit of the doubt and we win, despite being equal on points with Alex Fletcher. Beneventi is 3rd, then Quirin and Peg. Matthew Craven all the way down in 12th and last in the championship. Sponsorship-wise, we didn't do a very good job either in that race. We only get 8.5k after coming 6th, and Matthew Craven will get exactly the same amount as Holly payout for him finishing the race. In terms of XP, we get 46k to go into the Euro license pool. 1 more event, and we probably should be able to get to the final license in Europe as well. So things going pretty well at the moment. Bank account-wise, we've earned quite a lot of money, from that. 405k as a total in terms of the bank account. So that's pretty damn good. And sponsorship-wise, we've got sponsors from DazTech, from Avo, and from Omex. I have not heard of any of those. Whether they pay out a lot is yet to be seen, but I haven't heard of any of them. Right then, it is time now for the second event of this episode, and we are going to America. We're leaving Europe and moving to America for this event. And we're going to do the Goodyear GT1 Continental GT Championship here. Got to buy a car though first. We can choose between the Aston Martin, the Lamborghini Murcielago, the Chevy Corvette, and the Celine S7R, and we've got another Chevrolet as well, and a Koenigsegg. Flipping Nora, we've got a lot to choose from. We're going to get a Celine. We're going to get a Celine. That is what we're going to do. We're going to get a Celine on eBay. We're just going to get the cheapest one, 924k. Boom shakalaka. I've always had a soft spot for Celines. It has to be said. If they make these cars anymore, but that actually looks delightful in this livery. Right then, let's go for the first round of the championship. The man we should be watching out for is Armand Babier of Luminition. For this championship, we've got a Celine. There's a Celine in front of us. There's a Celine to our left as well. There's no one behind us. Now, Matthew Craven should be doing a lot better in this championship as a whole, because GT1 is his speciality. So he really needs to be doing well here. I might be doing a disservice because he may have actually done well in the Le Mans. I can't actually remember. We've got to get used to this car though, because we haven't really driven any GT1 cars ever before actually. They handle a lot different to the Prestige cars. To make 4 positions up there and up into 8th place, including passing our teammate Craven, who's currently sat in 9th, looking at the inside of a Celine there, but that was always going to end in tragedy. As we go across the line, start lap number 2. I wouldn't say the pace is absolutely magnificent here, or we've got a massive accident there ahead. Someone really losing the back end and losing some positions, so not ideal for them. As we lunge around the outside and then almost at the inside of another car. We've got Armand Babier in front of us, the man we should be watching out for supposedly in this championship as a whole. We've gone past him though. As we got the inside here of this Lamborghini across the line and down towards turn 1. He's sticking it out around the outside, in fairness to him. As we then go up the inside of the 3rd place man as well. Nice move there, and then fend off the Lamborghini on exit from the corner. But this is going pretty well so far. The field seems to be mainly Celines, in all honesty. We've got another one in front of us, Carl Hammerling. That's a Swedish name if ever I've heard one, especially with the spelling. We are going to completely disregard his Scandinavian roots and go up the inside by cutting the corner. As we go up the inside there, Tom Rockford, and slow him down dramatically in the Lamborghini. We though are coming towards the end of this event here in the Celine, the GT1 Continental Trophy here in America, and we win after 4 laps. A 3rd win of the episode. Where did our teammate come? He was 5th. Not bad. Not bad. He'll get more money for that. In terms of sponsorship payout, as the screen lags there, we get the 402k obviously because we won the race. Matthew Craven fails some of them, but I'm sure he'll get more than 8.5k. Yes, he does. He gets a payout from Kappa as well. Would ideally like Matthew Craven, though, to get a podium at some point during this championship. I'd be a bit disappointed if he didn't. And in all honesty, we'll probably be looking for a new driver if he doesn't for next season. But still, maybe we can go back to Aiji Matsuke. Craven, though, starting 5th in the race, where he finished the first one. We are 9th as opposed to last on the grid this time. Now, this track, of which I can't remember the name of it, we had a very poor outing last time we were here. We had a bit of a mare in Prestige last episode, and we've almost had a mare there as well. We've actually hit a Lamborghini into the wall. Don't know why I lost all grip there on the outside. I think I got out on the dirty stuff or something, not a clue. Getting battered around here, though, at the moment. Matthew Craven up into 4th place, which is good. Despite multiple amounts of contact with multiple drivers, we are currently sat in 7th place. Going around the outside of Tom Rockford. Shiro Ayakawa is in front of us now, or to the left of us now in the Celine. We've got a spinner there. In the Celine, Matthew Craven's gone out as well. Big incident. I don't think really that's his fault. That's just bad luck. He was running up in 3rd, actually, so he was making some movements. But a car spun in front of him. We, though, have got a bit of a breakaway gaggle of 3 now at the front of the order. Carl Hammerling and Armand Babier are the guys in front of us, but we've got the inside there of the Corvette Babier, so we're up into 2nd place. Through the chicane here towards the end of the lap, we're going past Carl Hammerling on a much superior exit out of that corner. Now through the chicane where we almost lost the title in Prestige last time, or the time before, I can't quite remember actually. Down into turn 1 though, we're still leading, doing a pretty good job in front of Hammerling. Hopefully we can now dominate this race from here. So I asked for a pretty comfortable win, and we are going to come across the line to do just that and take the win again in the Celine. It was 4.5 seconds going on to the final lap, so I don't know what the gap was in the end. But shout out to Matthew Craven, having been involved in that crash on lap 1, managed to recover to 3rd place, grab a podium position by 300ths in front of Armand Babier. So absolutely stunning drive from him after getting involved in that accident. It wasn't his fault, he just got wiped out in it. Purely bad luck. As you can see in the championship, we are now 8 points clear of Carl Hammerling, who is Swedish, at the top of the championship. He is in 2nd and Tom Rockford in 3rd, and Matthew Craven is up into 4th place. 6 points clear now of Armand Babier after that good result. Hopefully he can try and take 3rd in the championship outright. And sponsorship wise, again, we're going to get the full payout for ourselves, 102k for us for winning the race. And Matthew Craven's going to get a pretty decent payout as well. 64k, not too bad at all for that podium. Race number 3 time, Carl Hammerling is to our right hand side. He's the man who's directly behind us in the championship. If we can just keep him in sight really between now and the end of the race, we should be able to win the championship pretty comfortably. Matthew Craven seems to have taken it upon himself to try and take him out for us, which is admirable, but I don't really need it. I mean, Carl Hammerling has to win, and we have to come, I think, lower than 5th to lose the championship, or 6th or something, which could happen, but given Hammerling is starting... Oh, Craven's in the wall. That's a big accident as well. I think he might be out. He was getting too aggressive with Carl Hammerling. I mean, he was on the outside, so in theory it was Hammerling's fault as we hit the Swede. But he just speared himself into the wall after making contact. Bit of a shame. But we, though, are up into 8th place. Oh, hello, there's been a spin there. That's someone, and they've held up everyone behind. Oh, hello. And we've now had an incident as well and involved Carl Hammerling, because I wasn't looking where I was going. Brilliant scenes. Thought we had got a puncture there for a second. Thankfully, we've not. So once again, in the final race of the championship, we've made a complete hash of things. But thankfully, actually no, that isn't Carl Hammerling in front of us. Maybe it was Carl Hammerling that spun earlier. This is Kurt Lexal, I think, in front of us. We've got another spinner there. That's Kurt something or other. We've just gone round the outside of Lexal, though, so we're up into 5th place now. Doesn't seem as if Carl Hammerling is anywhere to be found. We've got another incident there. That is Shiro Ayakawa, actually. In the Celine, so everyone's having an absolute mare, and another something's just happened. I don't know what that is. We're not getting the position out of it. It's just random smoke in the middle of the track. We're up into 4th place though. Tom Rockford is leading. He's actually the man in 3rd in the championship, so he could, in theory, I think, still win the championship. He could actually still beat us, but I think we'd have to come like 10th in the race, and that shouldn't be happening as things stand. We're currently in 4th. Catching these 2 Chevy Corvette teammates. Realistically, I think 2nd is very much attainable, although we've still got 2 laps to go, or just under, so we could actually still win the race, realistically. The steering damage not seeming to hinder us too much at the moment. It is pretty mild, according to the speedometer, as we got the inside there of Armand Babier. Fabien Damon is next up. He was actually in a prestige race, wasn't he? So, once again, Luminition repping. I think they must be a French team, because all the drivers they have are French, just swear down. Trailing Fabien Dumont here, choosing our opportunity and choosing it wisely. In the end, up into second place we go. On to the final lap. I'm not going to push massively hard. It's a shame though about Matthew Craven. I think he was on for another good result after his performance. Long Beach, I think it was. He was definitely on for... I don't know, Washington, sorry. I think he was definitely on for a good result. But I think the win is beyond us here on this final lap of the race. Second is still a very good result. We're coming around the final corner. Tom Rockford is going to win the race. It's a shame for him that he had such a bad second race. Otherwise, he probably would have been fighting us in the championship. But Tom Rockford wins the race. We, though, however, win the championship. Confirmation that Tom Rockford wins by 2 seconds in front of ourselves, and it's the two Luminition boys, Lamont and Armand Barbier. And as suspected, Matthew Craven DNFing. Chet Miller, though, in the other Lamborghini, also DNFing. So very much a race of attrition, especially when there were cars flying around everywhere. Carl Hammerling, for one, as well. He finished down in 8th after his accident. As you can see, here is the driver's standings after those 3 races. We get 58 points, very, very almost maximum points. Tom Rockford, good result for him in the Lamborghini. He seems like a solid driver, actually. Carl Hammerling was 3rd. He was really most consistent, I suppose, in the first 2 races, then had a bit of an incident in the 3rd. Armand Barbier was 4th, and it was Matthew Craven, our teammate, in 5th after that DNF. Certainly could have taken 3rd in the championship, I reckon. In the team standings, we did actually still win the championship. 86 points for us. Sponsorship objectives-wise, we have failed 3 of them because we didn't actually win the race, but we still get 64k. And unfortunately, Matthew Craven is going to get absolutely nothing because he didn't even finish the race, so he doesn't even get the 8.5k from Holly. 46k, though, going into the American license. That's the ARL license. So we are approaching the next license. We've probably got to do maybe 2 more events, though. If we're going to get ourselves up to the next license. I reckon 1 more event in Europe, 2 more in America, and perhaps 3 more in Japan. Nevertheless, I was going to do 3 events this episode, but I'm not overly sure I'm going to have time to do that. You guys have still seen 6 events, or 6 races, sorry, today. You've just seen 2 events split into 3 races instead. Because obviously you get more races per event in the second license category. But that is going to bring an end to today's episode. It's been a pretty good one, winning 2 championships and winning a team's championship as well. Matthew Craven certainly looking good in terms of GT1, but not looking amazing in terms of other things as well. We'll have to sort of test out his other abilities. If you have enjoyed, though, this episode of the Race Driver Grid walkthrough, feel free to hit the likes button, subscribe if you're new around here as well, and comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much. I'll make sure to make this a lot more regular than it has been recently, that is for sure, so you guys don't have to worry about that. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.